the little stuff, because it'll be like the little stuff that we'll forget. Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Tony and I'm the co-founder of The Hire Company. In today's video, I'll be giving you a list of products and other services that you will need to get your candle business started. So if you're interested in that, please stay tuned. Basically, I wanted to do this video because when I had started my process of looking for supplies and other things that I would need to start my candle business, I realized that I had to go from video to video to video and different resources, like go on the internet. So I just thought I would make one video where you could find all the supplies that you need. I would like to put a disclaimer out there. This is just like for beginners, so this is not like every single thing under the sun that you would need to start a candle business, but this is like the gist of it. Like you can make it off of this list. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and visit our website at thehireco.com. Okay, so first I'm gonna start with the supplies that you need to make the actual candle itself. So firstly, you're gonna need wax and gloves. So the gloves could be optional depending on what kind of wax you wanna use. So if you use slab wax, it could get more messy, but if you just use like the flake wax, you could get away with not using a glove because it's not as like sticky. Then of course, you're gonna need a scale to measure your wax, just to make sure that you have the accurate measurements to fill up however many jars you're using to make your candles. After you've gone ahead and measured your wax, you're gonna need either a wax melter or a pouring pitcher. So for a beginner, I would recommend using the pouring pitchers because you can use it in the double boiler method and it's cheaper than going ahead and investing in a wax melter because those could get pretty expensive. After your wax is melted and everything is the correct measurements, you're gonna need to mix in your fragrance oils. So that's another thing on your list. You're gonna need fragrance oils and a stirrer. Personally, I use a wooden spoon, so if you already have that in your kitchen, that's one less thing you have to go and purchase. So you're gonna need fragrance oil and a stirring device. So now in terms of the jar itself, you're gonna need a jar, of course. If you're doing a candle that you wanna have a lid for, you're gonna need to purchase that separately. Some of them come like together, but more times than not, they come separately. So you're gonna need a jar, a lid, wicks, wick stickers, which is another thing that's optional because some people either use like hot glue gun or they'll pour the wax in and then go ahead and just set the wick in there. And then you're gonna need a wick holder. So going back to the wax melting part, if you chose to go ahead and get the wax melter as opposed to doing the double boiler method, you're still gonna need a pouring device to pour your wax into your jars. So you can either use the pouring funnel or you could use the pouring pitcher. So that's why I recommend a pouring pitcher for beginners, because that's 3 devices as opposed to just 1 device. So you could have either both the melter, like the crock pot type system, and the pouring pitcher, or you could just have the pouring pitcher, which does it all. And then the funnel is just another clean and easier way to pour your wax into your candle jar. Before you even pour any of your wax or anything into your candle jar, of course, you're gonna need to clean it. So you're gonna need alcohol and paper towel. That we probably already have in our house. So that's, again, 2 things that you don't have to purchase. So after you've poured your candle and now you have your candle set, a blank canvas, you're gonna need a label and a warning sticker. If you don't do anything, don't forget your warning sticker. It's basically there as protection for you and your business against like house fires. I mean, it basically says that you told your customer what could happen if they don't follow these rules. So it's basically protection for you against any like liabilities that may come about. And lastly, for supplies, you're gonna need a lighter, of course, for testing. So with every batch that you make, you're gonna want to test at least 1 candle just to make sure it's no defects and that you're not selling like a bunch of faulty candles, because we're humans making candles and we can slip up and make mistakes. So you're gonna want to have a lighter to test your product that you just made before you go ahead and sell it to people. So now for services or like non-tangible stuff, of course, first you're gonna need your business name. So what do you wanna call your business? What's the name that you wanna go for? Then you wanna decide what kind of business do you want. Do you want an LLC, a sole proprietor, etc. Like whatever type of business you want, you're gonna wanna go ahead and do that. And then of course you need like your business license and other things like that. Then you're of course gonna want to have your social media platforms separate from your personal accounts, like with your business name and your logo and everything. Then of course you're gonna want to have a website. Please, I mean, you could do this, like some people do DM to purchase, but if you want to have like your kind of business and you want to stand out, I would say definitely have a website. If you feel like too shy to have a website, or you don't feel like you can make it on your own, or even if you don't want that burden of having to do everything, you could go to Etsy. So Etsy, it's already set up all their marketing, their SEOs and everything. They have that set up for you. All you have to do is set up your own shop on Etsy. Of course, that comes with more fees, but it also gives you more exposure. And lastly, for services, you're gonna want insurance. So remember, we're selling products that can possibly cause a fire if not attended to properly by your customers. So you're gonna wanna protect yourself. Like I said, you do have the warning labels, but that's just a little bit of protection. So you're gonna wanna have business insurance just in case, God forbid, somebody house catches on fire. You're protected. Your business is protected. And also the LLC comes about and it also helps you, like say if the unfortunate event of somebody's house catching on fire, God forbid, that just they'll be able to sue your business, but your personal assets, like say that you lose, your personal assets won't be touched because your business is separate from you. The last thing I want to mention are shipping supplies. For shipping supplies with candles, it could be a bit more tedious because depending on the vessel that you have, it could break easily. And then remember, you're selling wax, so in the summer it could get hotter, so it's a bit tricky. So for your shipping supplies, of course you're gonna need different size boxes for different size orders. So like if you have like a 16-ounce candle and maybe like a 4-ounce candle, you're gonna want a box that could hold both, or you're gonna want to have boxes that could hold them individually. So just have different size boxes. You can also save on boxes by making accounts with either UPS or USPS and have them send you boxes for free, and those boxes will just be flat rate shipping boxes that you can use. The next thing you're gonna want is either bubble wrap or honeycomb like wrapping. The honeycomb is just a more eco-friendly wrap, but it's more expensive than bubble wrap. So if you don't care about like eco-friendly stuff, you can use the bubble wrap. But just beware, bubble wrap kind of heats up your package in the summer, and like it kind of like holds heat. Speaking of heat, when it comes to summer, you're gonna want a insulated mailer just to keep your packages cool. And then some people will use like ice packs, like dry ice packs. You can find those on Amazon as well. And then the two last things you're gonna need are packing peanuts and tape. And I'm saying like the little stuff because it'll be like the little stuff that we'll forget. So in terms of packing peanuts, you can use regular ones, or you can use the biodegradable ones, or like the ones that melt in water. So that's it for this video, y'all. Of course, I'll have the list written out for y'all because I know it could be a lot to try to remember, write down, pause and stuff like that. I hope this video helped anyone who's trying to start a candle business by giving you the list that you need. Like I said, this is not every single thing under the sun, but for a beginner, I feel like with this list, you'll be set. I will also have a link to everything that I talked about in this video, also to make your searching process easier. So if you're interested in that, check the description box below. Other than that, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to watch the other videos on our channel. Other than that, y'all, I see y'all in the next video.